lastly, to trick people into thinking you draw good, do some studies and post it. Then people will be like, oh, they're studying their art. They're trying to master their craft.
What's up, guys? How you doing? Today we're going to be looking at some art tips from TikTok. Guys, I hate TikTok. It's ruining the future of this country.
Art tips that actually help me. Number 1, make as many doodles as you can. Drawing things without trying to make them look good or cool can really help avoiding art block. Number 2, watch
Valid.
tutorials.
Oh my god, is that Cooling? Oh, bro.
Number 3, compare your own art. By doing this, you can see your improvement throughout the years. Number 4, draw what you love. You shouldn't care about likes and views. Drawing. Last one, learn to love your art itself. I know it can be hard when you see all the mistakes, but hating on it won't help.
I can't say anything bad about that. What a wholesome video. You have to love your own art, guys. Love yourself. Well, you lost me here, though. You're getting a 1 out of 10 for this. Seek help.
Yo, I just discovered this trick. If your line art is too thick, go to liquify, click on edge, change the pressure and the size, and y'all, you can make your line art thinner. This is a game changer for me. I don't know about y'all, but I was having a problem with thick line art and this totally solved it.
Oh my god. Imagine having to erase a line. Oh. To be fair though, guys, it's probably better for your long-term growth as an artist if you actually practice how to make light lines so you don't have to do... I can't with this. A 1 out of 10.
How to trick people into thinking you draw good. First, confident strokes when you are doing line art and coloring. See, look at these sharp, confident edges in the rendering. Even though I clearly don't know what I'm doing, if I put it there and I'm confident of it, people will be like, oh yeah, they're totally right. Don't be dependent on airbrush because it just shows that you're kind of unsure where your colors want to go. Make it nice and sharp, like, yes, I know what I'm doing. Next, make your watermark nice and big. It shows that you are proud that you made it, and when people see that, they'll be like, oh yeah, this was definitely made to be a good piece of art. Also, sometimes simplicity is key. Like, I could do a whole background city landscape for this dude, but no, just keep it simple, make him the star, and people will be like, oh yeah, like they clearly intended to do this. Also, as always, use a nice big canvas. Really quick, I use Procreate. Very specific, I don't know why, but my go-to canvas is always 3873 by 4814 pixels, and the brush I use is the Yummy Textured Coloring Brush from the Soft Anime Style Procreate brush set. And lastly, to trick people into thinking you draw good, do some studies and post it. Then people will be like, oh, they're studying their art, they're trying to master their craft. It works every time.
Look, I know stuff like this is probably satire, but out of like the 80,000 people who like this video, probably 60,000 people think this is legit. This is what you gotta do. Listen, if you draw good, you draw good. There's no tricking. There's no shortcuts. There's no hacks. Practice. Do what you want to do. Do you want to draw characters? Do you want to draw environments? Put work into that. This is ridiculous. Now, I'm going to give it to you that you do mention hard and soft edges, which is a very important concept in painting, but this, you can't just put down random shapes wherever, be confident about it, and have it look right, okay? That's not how it works. If you want to put down those shapes confidently, you got to understand lighting, you got to understand form.
Watermark, nice and big.
And watermarks are literally inconsequential. I've seen so many big artists who don't use watermarks.
Is key.
And yes, simplicity absolutely is key, okay? But this not like this. Don't use that as an excuse to run away from your background responsibilities. Sometimes it's better, it makes the piece better if you do put in a background.
73 by 4.
And having a big canvas is important so that you're not making pixel art. But can you explain to me why that number? Why this unsatisfying number?
And lastly, to trick people into thinking you draw.
And why are we tricking people? Why are we tricking people into thinking we draw good? Why do we care? Come on. Look, I'm gonna give you a 5 out of 10 because you do raise some good points, and
Does your sketch always looks godly awesome, but your line art always sucks? Then don't waste your time doing an awful line art. Instead, clean your sketch. If you clean it well enough, it will look so pretty. All right, that's good. That's acceptable. That's an 8 out of 10. So I myself also identify as a clean line art challenged individual. I just leave it messy. I just start painting, okay? You have your own way of doing things. That's good. As long as you're not tricking people into thinking you're a good artist. What are you
$2 for a commission? Are you kidding me? Why are you accepting that?
Two?
How is that worth it for you? And if you really genuinely believe that your
Oh.
art is only worth $2, then why are you selling it at all? How does that make sense? Like, imagine anybody else who isn't an artist who has a thing that they want to sell or a service that they want to offer, but they're telling potential customers that it's $2 because it's not very good. Like, what? Like, of course you're not getting commissions, and the ones that you do get, your clients are horrible because they think art is worth $2.
Yeah, I mean, this all just goes back to loving yourself, loving your own art, okay? Realizing that you are worth more than $2. I mean, granted, like $2 might make a bigger difference to some people in some countries than it does to other people in more privileged countries, but still, like, you know, look, charge what you want, eh?
I think that the biggest flex of an artist is to be able to draw characters from any background, any ethnicity, and any color. If you're able to do that, I honestly think you're part of that 1%.
It can be hard to capture ethnic features sometimes when you're drawing ethnic characters. But like, this is why TikTok is so toxic. Like, look at these comments, y'all. I want to be able to draw POC characters, but I get nervous thinking about it because I'm afraid I'll mess up and upset people on accident. Like, that's a kid. That's a kid right there. I don't know how to shade dark skin because I'm afraid that someone will call me racist. This is insane. This is so toxic. So let's say you're a beginner artist and you're trying to draw an ethnic character, like a black character or an Asian character, and you don't know how to do it and you can't capture the ethnic features because you haven't done it before, you haven't practiced it. I don't see why that ties into racism. Every artist had to learn. Every artist had to start somewhere. I mean, if someone's making an effort to learn, is that not enough? That's crazy to me.
It is not for me. I would give it a 0. But it's probably only gonna work if you have the same art style as this guy. Like, if you got thin line art and simple shading, this is definitely gonna... I disagree because you are wrong. I'm the artist who made that tip, and this is one of my older artwork that's not thin line art and simple shading, so...
Hold up. Are you fighting back against Colleen? 10 out of 10 video.
Yeah, let's use other example. This one. Shall we? Yeah, just look at height.
So look, what happens is on most people, what you're going to see a lot of artists do is they add a warmer band of colors right here. So along the cheeks, on the tip of the nose, and it goes like this, okay? It goes like that. So when you draw something like this, it kind of like covers that red band. That's why it works, okay? It would help if you explained that. So that's a 5 out of 10.
A lot of people have been asking me what my canvas size was, so here's the secret. First, if you're planning to use it on Instagram or any app, Google the dimensions and pixels they allow and put that on your Procreate. Make sure that it is in 300 dpi. Next, click the Actions tool and go to Crop and Resize. Then on the Settings option, click this symbol to lock it. Expand the canvas until you reach 40 to 45 layers. The more you expand, the higher the resolution and the lesser the layers will be. I use 2864 by 4052 pixels.
Yeah, so that's an important thing. A lot of people ask why the resolution on their drawings seem to be so low and why they see so many pixels. That's just because your resolution is not high enough. So size up that canvas. Don't use so many layers. You don't need 150 layers. Like, you don't. If you do, then you need to seek help for your indecisiveness. Quick tip for making perspective effortless. Okay, draw a box. Oh no. Oh no, a box. That's it? What? My God, thank you so much for not explaining anything to me. Okay, like, what in the world is going on here? So first of all, this is a fisheye perspective, okay? See the round lines? That's a fisheye perspective. And all the lines kind of radiating out from that one point, that's a 1 point perspective. Say like you're standing on a street, you look down the street, you can see the buildings kind of all converge on 1 point. Well, that's the vanishing point, okay? That's what this person's trying to do here. That's poorly explained. That doesn't really show anything. It's like, that's a 1 out of 10. Everyone needs to know about copy and paste rendering. Oh yeah, okay. That's good. I like this. Very simple tip, super useful, saves a lot of time. But if you do try this, make sure that you paint over what you copied so that it doesn't look like a direct one-to-one. What? Oh, look at that. Don't use it. It takes your art and gives it to AI to make NFTs. See, if something's too good to be true, it's probably too good to be true. That's false. Yeah. She looks as about done with life as I am with TikTok right now. This statement is 100% false because you can actually learn a lot by observing the way other artists do things. And those Renaissance painters, man, they're insane. They're on a different level, man. They're, oh my God, 10 out of 10.
Sometimes when I draw,
1 out of 10.
If your eyes look quite uncanny with some angles, it's because you're not using the circle principle. If you want your eyes to look gorgeous, doesn't matter the angle or the art style, use a circle as a reference under the eye sketch.
Fantastic, excellent, finally a good tip video. That it's called an eyeball for a reason, right? So make sure that your eyelids wrap around the surface of your eyeball.
Find that one odd tip on my art.
No, I wouldn't do anything like that. That's for sure.
It's good, but this is like TikTok just discovered saturation. No way. No way. What? That's crazy. That actually works? 10 out of 10. I'm gonna try my best to understand. Right. Oh.
I drew clouds like this because I thought realism was too hard. Please don't do that. If you want to draw realistic clouds, I'll show you how. On the horizon line, draw 3 mountain silhouettes.
Oh.
Let's say this is a grassy field. We'll come back to this later. Next, fill in the mountains and evenly shade the entire sky. Just don't go too dark. Then add a layer so the sky is darkest at the top. Now, using your eraser, draw the shape of the clouds. Any shape is fine, but I encourage using reference. Now use the point of your pencil to add a dark shadow on the top of the clouds. And since the bottom of the clouds are in shadow, shade them so they're darker than the sky. Then use your finger to smooth over any scratchy areas and shade the foreground so the bottom of the image is darker than under the mountains. Finally, add a few details in the grass and you're done.
I didn't have high expectations, but this is actually really nice. 10 out of 10, thank you. That's it, guys. I hate TikTok. This has motivated me. I'm gonna put more videos on TikTok now. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed this content, you agree with the things that I've said, and if you learned something new, please do consider subscribing to my channel and check out my Patreon for monthly tutorial videos. With all that being said, I'll see you guys on the next video. Oh, my back. Oh, ah, oh, yeah.